Hi class, this is just a really short video about annotation and note taking. So you might be rolling your eyes right now, but annotating anything you read is really important, and I'm going to tell you why. First, it forces you to focus on what you're reading. I don't know about you, but a lot of times I can read an entire page of text, and when I get to the bottom, I have no idea what I just read. Instead, I was thinking about what I need from Walmart. So, number one, it forces you to engage with the text. Secondly, it saves you time because when we're ready to write this essay, you don't have to keep skimming and scanning to find certain parts of the text that you want to pull out to include in your essay. You already have notes there that will help you navigate quickly through it because it is a rather long article. Okay, so I'm just going to read with you the first paragraph of America's Food Crisis and How to Fix It, and this is your reading for the week. So the first thing you want to annotate is actually the title. So I want you to remember that annotating is very personal. Just because I might circle something or highlight something or write a specific note, it doesn't mean that you should write exactly the same. I just want to model what good annotation looks like. So the first thing I see in this title is the word crisis. Crisis is important because it's a very strong word. It means a problem. It's an urgent problem. Okay, so evidently Brian Walsh thinks that the food issues in America are urgent and need a solution. Okay, he tells you that later on in the title by saying how to fix it. So we already understand before we start the first paragraph that he's not only going to tell us the problem, but he's also going to convey his solutions. Okay, so let's get to the first paragraph. Somewhere in Iowa, a pig is being raised in a confined pen, packed in so tightly with other swine that their curly tails have been chopped off so they won't bite one another. So there's a lot going on in this paragraph. First, he says Iowa. So as you know, that's in Middle America, and probably from watching the documentary, you understand that that's a place where a lot of these industrial farms exist. Okay? The pig is packed in so tightly with other swine. Okay, so I'm getting the imagery there of the pigs, like the chapter in the documentary where they visited Tar Heel and the meatpacking plant, Smithfield. That's what I'm imagining in my head. And then some animal cruelty imagery here. Their curly tails have been chopped off so they won't bite one another. Okay. To prevent him from getting sick in such close quarters, he is dosed with antibiotics. Okay, so now we're thinking about medicine in pigs equal medicine in your food. The waste produced by the pig and his thousands of pen mates on the factory farm where they live goes into manure lagoons. Gross. Okay, so there's some more imagery there. I can almost smell that term, manure lagoons, that blanket neighboring communities with air pollution and a stomach churning stench. Okay, and that is basically the smell that you smell when you ride down Highway 87 through Smithfield. He is fed on American corn that was grown with the help of government subsidies. Okay, American corn, government subsidies. I'm going to go ahead and define that. That's a word that I want to definitely look up. Sorry guys, I'm just learning how to use my pen. So that it means government supported. All right. When the pig is slaughtered at about 5 months of age, he'll become sausage or bacon that will sell cheap, feeding an American addiction to meat that has contributed to an obesity epidemic currently afflicting more than 2/3 of the population. Wow, there's a lot going on right here. First thing I skipped, we definitely want to talk about the chemical fertilizer. Okay. We already know that that is going, he's talking about pollution. Okay. Another thing that sticks out to me is a pig that is 5 months of age. I don't know about you, but that seems really young to me. Really young. And then American addiction to meat. That term is really strong, which in turn leads to the obesity epidemic that we're all familiar with. 2/3 of the population. And when the rains come, the excess fertilizer that cooks so much corn from the ground will be washed into the Mississippi River, good, and down into the Gulf of Mexico, where it will help kill fish for miles and miles around. Okay, so water pollution. All right, so he's already talked about air pollution and water pollution in the first paragraph. That's the state of your bacon, circa 2009, which is when this article was written. This article does have a little bit of age on it, but it's still very relevant because not much has changed in the American food industry, especially in the meat industry. So this is just a really brief example of what good annotating looks like, and I hope that you will take the time and really delve into the text and pull out these ideas, because this week we're going to be talking about the main ideas from Walsh's text, and the better you annotate, the more familiar you will be with his work. Okay, if you have any questions, please email me. See you guys online.